ఫోన్ సైలెంట్‌లో ఉంది నా ఫోన్. అయ్యా!
ఆగిపోతుందిలే ఇంక. సాయలేదు మరి పేర్లు ఆగి బ్రదర్లు. చిక్కిగాడు ఆగేద్దాం.
సైలెంట్‌లో ఉంది నా ఫోన్. అయ్యా!
ఇవ్వచ్చు.
కార్తీక్ నాది నా ఫోన్ సైలెంట్.
అయిపోలే.
Good morning, everyone. I know how much people are waiting for this auction to start. I can see almost 42 already viewers waiting for the auction. We will be starting the auction very soon. In the next 5 minutes, you will be able to see the live. Yes, we are almost live now. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, team owners. Welcome to the historic first ever Soka Auction Premier League 2025, and it's a season one. This is where the journey begins, where all the players will be chosen, strategies will be tested, and teams will be built with glory. We have three proud franchises competing today. The first one is Kitchener Killer Whales. Owner of the team is Giridhar, captain is Mr. Krishna, and the manager is Bhuvan. The next team would be Cambridge Cosmos. The owner of the team is Karthik. The captain will be Path, and the manager is Pradeep Reddy. The third team will be Waterloo Warlords. The owner of the team is Pavin Sharma. The captain is Sandeep Butta, and the manager is Kuldeep. Each of these teams starts with a purse of $1,000, and they must carefully balance your strategies because each team must buy players 15 of minimum players. The base prices for each division will be as follows. For the Super Elite division, it's $40. For Elite division, it is $30, and for Premier division, it's $20. As your auctioneer, I will announce the player name and the category. We will begin with the batting and then followed by the bowling. Bidding will start on the base price, and you can raise your bid in the multiples of $5 till $100. And after the $100 is done, you need to raise by $10 each. Once the hammer comes down, the player goes to the team whoever buys it. Okay. Before we begin, I would like to thank our sponsors, Hyderabadi House, Mortgage Group Path Chakkar, Tali, Sharco Transport and Logistic Limited, and Gia's Auto. Let's begin the auction, starting with the batsmen. So this is the first player, our very first player in SPL history, Chaitanya T. Chaitanya T. He's a right-handed batsman and a right-hand off-break bowler. He has 439 runs and almost 25 wickets in the season 2024. He's a premier batsman and the base price starts at 20. Can I have 20 for Chaitanya, please? 20. Anyone? Can you have anyone 20? Or that first bid comes with Kitchener Killer Whales with $20. Base price $20. Chaitanya. There goes Cambridge Cosmos with $25. Can I get back with Kitchener Killer Whales? Kitchener Killer Whales, it's again back with Kitchener Killer Whales, $30. It's with Cambridge Cosmos now, it's $35. Kitchener Killer Whales again, it's $40. Cambridge Cosmos again with $45. Can I get one? Okay. Cambridge Cosmos with $45. $50 with Waterloo Warlords. Kitchener Killer Whales, do you have? Okay, $55 Kitchener Killer Whales. Can I have a bid for Chaitanya T? $55. It's with Kitchener Killer Whales. $60 with Cambridge Cosmos. $60 with Cambridge Cosmos. Can I have a bid back with $65 with Kitchener Killer Whales? Kitchener Killer Whales, $65. Can I have a bid for Chaitanya with $65? Kitchener Killer Whales. Kitchener Killer Whales, $65 once. Kitchener Killer Whales, again, it's with Cambridge Cosmos, $70. Do I get a bid from Kitchener Killer Whales? Kitchener Killer Whales? Yeah, $75 Kitchener Killer Whales. Kitchener Killer Whales, Chaitanya T, right-handed batsman, right-hand off-break bowler, $75 with Kitchener Killer Whales once, twice. Before I sold it, I just wanted to confirm again. I have been asked to wait from Cambridge Cosmos. $80 again. $80 with Cambridge Cosmos. Once, twice. Kitchener Killerways, are you interested? Wait. Okay, I have been asked to wait by Kitchener Killer Whales. $85. $85. There are some serious discussions going on the player Chaitanya. $85. Kitchener Killer Whales are out of the race. Okay, Cambridge Cosmos. The player is sold to Cambridge Cosmos. First player for $85. That's a good start. That's a good start. The second player in the list is Sunny Chowdhury, right-handed batsman. He played 12 matches with 393 runs and an average of 49. Can I have a base price of 20? 20 for Sunny Chowdhury. I got Waterloo Warlords 20. 25 with Kitchener Killer Whales. Can I get a bid back from Waterloo Warlords? $25. $30 with Waterloo Warlords. Again with Kitchener Killer Whales, $35. $35 with Kitchener Killer Whales, Sunny Chowdhury. $40 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I have a bid? 45 with Kitchener Killer Whales. 45. 45 once. 45 twice. $50 with Waterloo Warlords. $55 for Kitchener Killer Whales. Kitchener Killer Whales, $55 once. $60 with Waterloo Warlords. $60. $60 with Waterloo Warlords. Are you? Yes, I have been asked to wait by Kitchener Killer Whales. There are some discussions. By any chance, Cambridge Cosmos is interested in getting a bid for Sunny Chowdhury? I guess they are not interested. It's with $60 with Waterloo Warlords. $60. Okay. Sunny Chowdhury, $60. Waterloo Warlords, sold. $60. We are waiting for the next player in the list. The next player in the list is Jishan. He's a right-handed batsman and a half spinner. 12 matches with 350 runs and 350s with a strike rate of 123. Base price starts at $20. Can I have a bid for Jishan for $20? $20. I guess no one is interested. Can I have a bid for Jishan for $20? Cambridge Cosmos with $20. Cambridge Cosmos, $20. Once, twice, and I don't see any bid coming from the other two teams. Sold. Cambridge Cosmos, Jishan for 20. Can I have the next player in the list? The next player in the list is Dilpreet Singh. He is a right-handed wicket-keeper batsman with last year's stats with 12 matches, 298 runs with an average of 27 and a healthy strike rate of 118. The base price is $20. Can I have a bid for $20 for Dilpreet Singh? I get the bid from Waterloo Warlords for $20. Any of the teams interested? Dilpreet Singh, $20. Once, twice, thrice. Sold. Sold to Waterloo Warlords. Dilpreet Singh. Kitchener Killer Whales is yet to secure a player, and the other two teams have started the auction very well. We are waiting for the next player in the list. The next player in the list is Jasneet Singh, right-handed batsman and a right-arm medium-pace bowler. 13 matches, 285 runs, 20 wickets. Can I have a base price of $20 for Jasneet Singh? Jasneet Singh for $20. Can I have a bid for Jasneet Singh for $20? Kitchener Killer Whales with $20 for Jasneet Singh. Can I get a 25 from Waterloo Warlords? Yes, there is. Waterloo Warlords, $25. Kitchener Killer Whales, $30. Can I get a bid back from Waterloo Warlords? $35. Kitchener Killer Whales, 35. It's with Waterloo Warlords. 40 with Kitchener Killer Whales. 45 with Waterloo Warlords. 50 with Kitchener Killer Whales. 55 with Waterloo Warlords. Kitchener 50, 60 with Kitchener Killer Whales. 60 with Kitchener 60 with Kitchener Killer Whales. 65 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a bid? Kitchener Killer Whales are out of it. Jasneet Singh 65 is with Waterloo Warlords once, twice, and sold. $65. Can I get the next player in the list, please? The next player in the list is Hussainpreet Singh. Hussainpreet Singh, right-hand batsman, right-arm medium-pace bowler, 13 matches with 272 runs, with an average of 30 and strike rate of 107. Can I have a base price of $20 for Hussainpreet Singh? Hussainpreet Singh, $20. Can I get the base price? Is any team interested in Hussainpreet Singh? $20. $20, Hussainpreet Singh. Hussainpreet Singh, I don't see anybody showing the interest. Unsold. That is the end of our first lot. We will take a 2 minutes recession break and we'll start shortly. Yes, welcome back. In a very short time, we had much action. Let's continue this auction with more action. The next player in the list is Mohit Sharma, right-handed batsman, right-arm medium pace bowler, currently with Team Kakatiyas. He played 13 matches with 264 runs, with an average of 24 and a strike rate of 130. Can I have a base price for $20? $20 for Mohit. Kitchener Killer Whales, $20. I got the bid from Kitchener Killer Whales for $20. Cambridge Cosmos, $25. Cambridge Cosmos, $25. Kitchener Killer Whales, $30. Can I get a bid back from Cambridge Cosmos? He's a great right-handed batsman with an healthy strike rate. Can I get a bid back from Cambridge Cosmos? It's with $30 for Kitchener Killer Whales. $30. $30 Kitchener Killer Whales. Cambridge Cosmos are discussing for the player. $35. I got a bid from $35. Cambridge Cosmos, $35. $35. $35. $40 with Kitchener Killer Whales. $40. Can I get a bid back from Cambridge Cosmos? $40. The player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for $40. Cambridge Cosmos are discussing about the player. Is a great right-handed batsman. Cambridge Cosmos are out of it. Waterloo Warlords, are you interested? Kitchener Killer Whales, Mohit Sharma, $40 once, twice, sold. The next player in the list, Akhil. Akhil E, right-handed batsman and a right-arm medium pace bowler. 12 matches, 243 runs with an average of 25 and a strike rate of 104. 17 wickets last season. Base price $20. $20 base price. Is anybody interested in Akhil? Killer Whales, are you interested? Cosmos, Warlords, is anybody interested? Akhil. Looks like no one is interested. Akhil, unsold. The next player in the list, Nikhil Reddy, right-handed batsman, currently with Deccan Chargers. 12 matches, 230 runs with an average of 20 and a strike rate of 125. Base price $20. Can I get a bid of $20 for Nikhil Reddy? $20. Can I get a bid for $20 for Nikhil Reddy? Waterloo Warlords, $20. Nikhil Reddy. Is any other team interested? Kitchener Killer Whales. See, $25. $25 with Nikhil Reddy with Kitchener Killer Whales. $25. $30 Waterloo Warlords. $30. Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a bid back from? Yes, it is. Kitchener Killer Whales, $35. $35 Kitchener Killer Whales. Can I get a bid back from Waterloo Warlords? Currently, the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for $35. Once. Can I get a bid back? Is anybody interested? I have been asked to wait by Waterloo Warlords. Currently, the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for $35. $35. Aggressive right-handed batsman with an healthy strike rate. $40. $40 with Waterloo Warlords. $40. Waterloo Warlords. $40. Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a bid back from Kitchener Killer Whales? They are out of it. It's with $40 for Waterloo Warlord twice. Before I sold it, and is anybody interested? Kitchener Killer Whales. Sold. Nikhil Reddy, Waterloo Warlords, $40. The next player in the list, Ayush Bharti, left-handed batsman, left-arm spinner, captain of Kesari Warriors, with an 8 matches, 230 runs, with an average of 38, 150 on his name, with a strike rate of 102. Base price $20. $20 for Ayush Bharti is what we have. Can I get a bid for Ayush Bharti? Kitchener Killer Whales, $20. Ayush Bharti, $20. Is any other team interested? $20 once with Kitchener Killer Whales. Once. Waterloo Warlords are discussing currently along with Cambridge Cosmos. Are you interested? Ayush Bharti, I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. $20. The bid is at $20. It's the base price. $20. $25. Waterloo Warlords. $25. Waterloo Warlords. Kitchener Killer Whales. $30. $30 with Kitchener Killer Whales. I have $30 with Kitchener Killer Whales. Waterloo Warlords. I have been asked to wait by Waterloo Warlords. Currently, the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales, $30. Classic left-hand spinner and a left-hand middle-order batsman. $30. $30. Currently, the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales. Still some heated discussions. Waterloo Warlords are out. And the player is sold to Kitchener Killer Whales. $30. Ayush Bharti, Kitchener Killer Whales. Okay, that we have come to an end of the premier batsmen's list. We will start with the elite list in next 2 minutes. Welcome back. We would again love to thank our proud sponsors. Gia Shato deals with car dealership, car care center, and auto financing. The next sponsor is Sharco Transport and Logistics. Thali Mortgage Alliance Path Tucker. You can contact him for all the inquiries related to mortgage and stuff. And Hyderabad House, the best biryani in Waterloo. Let's continue with our auction. The next player in the list is Rishabh Gujjar, right hand wicket-keeper batsman. 10 matches, 347 runs with an average of 39, 300s and 150 last season with a strike rate of 134. The base price for Rishabh Gujjar is $30. $30 for Rishabh Gujjar. Can I have a bid for Rishabh Gujjar for $30? $30 for Rishabh. Any team is interested? Any team? I'm not seeing any interesting bids from any team for Rishabh. Is a right-handed wicket-keeper batsman currently with Huskies. Rishabh Gujjar, unsold. We are waiting for the next player in our list. Currently, Cambridge Cosmos has bought 2 players. Waterloo Warlords 4 players with a purse money of $185. Cambridge Cosmos 2 players $105, and Kitchener Killer Whales 2 players with $70. Still a long way to go in the auction. We are waiting for our next player in the list. Sorry. Sorry, there is a little pause because of technical difficulties. Let's resume our auction. The next player in the list is Jatin Dalal, right-handed batsman currently with Can Indian. 11 matches, 322 runs with an healthy average of 36, 350s and a strike rate of 140. Base price $30. I'm asking 30. I'm asking 30. 30 for Jatin Dalal. 30. 30 for Jatin Dalal. Is anybody interested? 30. Kitchener Killer Whales 30. I have a bet for 30 for Kitchener Killer Whales. 30. Currently the player is at 30 once. Is anybody interested? Cambridge. Warlords. 30 sec twice and sold. Jatin Dalal for 30 with Kitchener Killer Whales. That's a good buy for Kitchener Killer Whales, though he's a great batsman. Let's get the next player in the list. The next player in the list of allied batsmen is Ishan Giridhar, right-handed batsman and a right-arm medium pace bowler. 8 matches, 320 runs with an average of 55, 450s and 100 on his name in the year 2025 for Kakatiya. Strike rate 145. I'm asking a base price $30. $30 for Ishan. $30 Cambridge Cosmos. $35 Waterloo Warlords. 35. 40 Kitchener Killer Whales. 40 Kitchener Killer Whales. 40. Can I have 45? 45 Cambridge Cosmos. Can I have a bid from Kitchener Killer Whales? It's 50 for Kitchener Killer Whales. 50. 50. 50. It's with Kitchener Killer Whales. $50. $50. $50. Nobody interested? Ishan, once, twice, sold. Kitchener Killer Whales, Ishan Giridhar for $50. Let's go to the next player, Amandeep Virk, right-hand batsman, 12 matches, 300 runs with an average of 27. I'm asking base price 30. 30 for Amandeep. He is the captain of Kitchener Kings. 30. 30. 30 for Amandeep. Is anybody interested? I don't see anyone raising their hands. Unsold. The next player in the list is Dev Patel, right-handed batsman, currently with Laurier Hawks, 12 matches, 283 runs with an average of 28 and 250s under his belt in the year 2024. I am asking $30. $30 for Dev Patel. 30. Is anybody interested for Dev Patel? 30. 30. 30. Dev Patel, Laurier Hawks. Dev Patel, 30. 30. 30. I'm not seeing anybody raising their hands. Let the player unsold. Unsold. Can I get the next player in the list, please? Achintya. The next player in the list is Achintya, right-handed batsman, 11 matches, 180 runs with an average of 25 and 250s. I'm asking the base price at $30. $30 for Achintya. Is anybody interested? $30. Waterloo Warlords, $30. 30. 30. Is anybody interested? Can I get a 35 from Cambridge Cosmos? Kitchener Killer Whales. 35. 35. 35 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 from Warlords? It's with Kitchener Killer Whale. 35 once. 40. 40 with Cambridge Cosmos. 45 with Waterloo Warlords. Waterloo Warlords 45. Kitchener Killer Whales, are you? Kitchener Killer Whales are out. 50 with Cambridge Cosmos. 50 with Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 5 more? Can I get a 5 more for Achintia? 55 with Warlords. 55 with Waterloo Warlords. Right-handed middle order batsman. 55 with Cambridge Cosmos. 60 with Cambridge Cosmos. 60 with Cambridge Cosmos. 60 65 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 5 more for 5 more from Cambridge Cosmos? 65. Currently 65 with Waterloo Warlords. I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. Some discussions. Is Killer Whales interested to join the party? Kitchener Killer Whales. They're strictly out of it. It's the currently 70 with Cambridge Cosmos. 75 with Waterloo Warlords. Again, I have been asked to wait. Waterloo Warlords 75 once. I have been asked to wait. 75 with Waterloo Warlords. Waterloo Warlords 75. Achintia twice and sold. Sold. That's a good buy for Achintia by Waterloo Warlords. The next player in the list, Prabhu Gubbala, right-handed wicket-keeper batsman, 12 matches, 275 runs with a strike rate of 25, average of 25 and the strike rate with 196. One of the aggressive batsmen in the Soka League. I am asking a base price for $30. Can I get a 30? Currently the captain of Duckster Super Elite. Can I get a base price of 30? 30 for Prabhu with Cambridge Cosmos with the first bid 30 for Prabhu, Cambridge Cosmos. Kitchener Killer Whales 35. Can I get a 40 from Cosmos? Can I get a 40 for Cosmos? It's with currently the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for 35. Some discussions are going. 35 Kitchener Killer Whales. I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. 35 with Kitchener Killer Whales. Still the discussions are going on. Is anyway Waterloo Warlords want to join the party? Currently the player is with 35 for Kitchener Killer Whale once. 35 Kitchener Killer Whale once. Kitchener Killer Whales. The player is with Kitchener Killer Whales. Some strategies from Cambridge Cosmos. 40. I got a bid from Cosmos 40. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45 from Kitchener Killer Whales? 45. Can I get a 45 from Kitchener Killer Whales? The current 45. There is the bid from Killer Whales. 45. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50 from Cosmos? Killer Whales once. Can I get a bid for Prabhu? 45 is currently with Kitchener Killer Whales twice. I see nobody there. And sold for $45 with Kitchener Killer Whales. Some good buy from Kitchener Killer Whales. Right-handed wicket keeper batsman. Can I go the next player in the list? The next player is Karthik, currently with Victoria, right-handed batsman, 14 matches, 260 runs with an average of 18 and a strike rate of 90. I'm asking for a base price of $30. $30. Can I get a bid for $30? Can I get a bid for $30? Nobody. I don't see no one raising their hands. And unsold. The next player in the list, Rahul. Rahul M, currently with KW Rockers, right-handed batsman, 13 matches, 260 runs with an average of 26 and a strike rate of 164. Aggressive player in the list. I got already a bid, base price 30 from Cambridge Cosmos. Cambridge Cosmos, $30. Is anybody interested for Rahul? The player is currently with Cosmos for $30. Aggressive batsman with a healthy strike rate in T20. Can I get a 35? 35 from Killer Whales. 35. Can I get a 40 from Cosmos? I have been asked to wait. 40. 45 from Warlords. Warlords join the party now. It's 45. The player is with 45. Can I get a 50 from Wales? 50 from Wales. Can I get a 55 from Warlords? Warlords. 50. 50 once. 50 twice. And sold. I have been asked to wait. Are you interested? Yeah, I have been asked to wait by Waterloo Warlords. Waterloo Warlords. Waterloo Warlords. They were just in time. So we have twice. The player is with $50 with Kitchener Killer Whales. Kitchener Killer Whales, 50. And sold to Kitchener Killer Whales for $50. The next player in the list is Inosh, currently with Victoria, right-handed batsman, 12 matches, 235 runs with an average of 25 and 150 under his belt. I'm asking a base price of $30. Can I get a 30? Can I get a 30 from Inosh? Can I get a 30? Killer Whales, Cosmos, Warlords. Can I get a 30? Should I wait for the player? Warlords and unsold. The next player in the list, is Ruchil Patel, and by this player, the Super Elite players list started. The first batsman in the Super Elite category, Ruchil Patel, right-handed batsman, 11 matches, 378 runs and an average of 40 with 150 and 100 under his belt. I'm asking a base price for 40. 40. 40. I'm asking a base price of 40 for Ruchil Patel, currently with GSK, middle order batsman. 40. Can I get a 40 for Ruchil Patel? Anybody? Killer Whales, Cosmos, Warlords. Can I get a 40 for Ruchil Patel? 40. I don't see anyone raising their hands. 40. 40 with Cambridge Cosmos. I got a bid for 40 with Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 45 from Warlords? Killer Whales once. The player is with Cambridge Cosmos. 40 twice. And 45. 45. Kitchener Killer Whales 45. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50 for Ruchil Patel from Cambridge Cosmos? Can I get a 50? 50. Cambridge Cosmos. It's with Killer Whales once. Cosmos 50. It's with Cambridge Cosmos 50. Once. Twice. Is any other person interested? And sold. Ruchil Patel 50 for Cambridge Cosmos. The next batsman, Parshwa Shah, left-handed batsman and a wicket keeper as well. 13 matches, 378 runs with an average of 34 and 350s under his belt. I am asking a base price of 40 for Parshwa, currently with Canadian champions, Parshwa Shah. I got a base 40. 45 from Warlords, 45, 50, 50 from Cosmos, 50, 55 from Warlords, 60, 60, 60 with Cosmos. Can I get a 65? Can I get a 65 from Warlords? 65. Can I get a 65 from Warlords? Currently the player is with Cosmos, left-handed batsman, 65 once, 70, 70. Can I get a 70? 75, 75. Can I get an 80 from Warlords? 80. Can I get a 80, 80. The player is with Warlords for 80. 85 Cosmos, 85 Cosmos, 85. Can I get a 90? Can I get a 90 from Warlords? Once, twice, 95, 95, 95, 100. The first player in this auction to go to 100. Parshwa with Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 1 or it would be 10? The next rise in the price will be 10 now. It's with 100. 100 with Cambridge Cosmos once. 100 with Cambridge Cosmos twice. 110. 110. I got a bid from 110. 110. Can I get a 120 from Cosmos? Can I get a 120 from Cosmos? Can I get a 120 from Cosmos? Once. 120. Cosmos. The player is with Cosmos. 120. Once. Twice. Is any other interested? Interested? And sold. Cambridge Cosmos. One. I have been asked. Wait. I have been asked to wait. Yeah. Waterloo Warlords. The player is with 120. 120 with Cambridge Cosmos on twice. 120 on Cambridge Cosmos. 120. 120 with Cambridge Cosmos. I have been asked to wait by Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 130? Can I get a 130? Left-handed aggressive opening batsman and also wicket keeper. 130 with Warlords. 130 with Warlords. Can I get a 140? Can I get a 140? 140 from Cosmos. Is anyway Killer Whales wanted to join? It's with Warlords for 130. 130. 130. I am asking 140. I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. 130. Specialist batsman and a wicket keeper. Can I get a 140? Still some discussions, arguments in Cambridge Cosmos camp. The player is with Waterloo Warlords for 130 and sold to Waterloo Warlords for 130. That's a good buy from Waterloo Warlords.
And Waterloo so far the Cambridge Cosmos have 3 players, and out of the $1,000 purse, they have $845 left. The Kitchener Killer Whales have 6 players so far. Out of the $1,000, the purse left is $755. And for the Waterloo Warlords, they have 6 players, and the purse left is $610.
Okay, let's resume. Let's resume our auction. The next player in the list is Abdul Rahman. Currently with Kitchener Wolves, right-handed batsman and a off spinner. 10 matches, 315 runs with an average of 32 and 350s last year. I am asking a base price of 40. Can I get a 40 for Abdul? Can I get a 40? Cosmos. Killer Whales. Can I get a 40? 40. Can I get a 40? I got a first bid from Cambridge Cosmos for a 40 for Abdul. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45 from any other team? Can I get a 45? Currently, the player is with Cambridge Cosmos. 40 once, twice. Is any other person interested? And sold for 40. The next player in the list, Joy, the right-handed wicket-keeper batsman, 12 matches, 300 runs with an average of 27. I am asking a base price of 40. 40 for Joy. Can I get a 40? 40 from Cambridge Cosmos. 45. 45 from Killer Whales. 50. 50 from Warlords. Can I get a 55 from Cosmos? Currently it's with Waterloo Warlords for 50. Can I get a 55? 55. Cambridge Cosmos 55. Can I get a 60? 60. 60 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 65? 65. Currently the player is with Waterloo Warlords for 60. Can I get a 65 from Cosmos? Once, 60, Waterloo Warlords twice, 65, 70, 70. Can I get a 75 from Cambridge Cosmos? 75, 80, 80. Can I get a 85? 85, 85. Can I get a 90? The player is with Cosmos with 85. Once, twice, 90, 90. The player is with Waterlords for 90. Can I get a 95 from Cosmos? Once, Waterloo Warlords 90 twice. I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. 90. The player is currently with 90. 90. Can I get a 95 from Cambridge Cosmos? Can I get a 95? Currently the player is with 90. 90 with Warlords. I have been still asked to wait. Some discussions are going on. Right-handed opening batsman and a wicket keeper. Currently with GSK. Can I get a 95? 95 from Cosmos. Where I have been asked to wait. 90. The player is currently with Waterloo Warlords for 90. Can I get a 95? 90. 95. Can I get a 95? I have been still asked to wait. Some serious discussions in Cosmos. Can I get a 95? 95. 95. Cosmos. Can I get a 100? Can I get a 100 from Warlords? Can I get a 100? Cosmos. Once. 95 twice. I have been asked to wait my Warlords now. Can I get a 100? Can I get a 100? Can I get a 100? Can I get a 100 for Joy? Currently the player is with Cambridge Cosmos for $95. Can I get a 100 from Waterloo Warlords? Some serious discussions. I have been asked to wait by Warlords and sold for $95 with Cambridge Cosmos. The next player in the list of batsmen, Ashish Topal, right-handed wicket-keeper batsman, currently with KW Rockers, 11 matches, 230 runs with an average of 22 and a strike rate of 120. I got a base price 40 from Waterloo Warlords, 45 from Cosmos, 50 from Killer Whales, 55, 55 from Warlords, 60 from Cosmos, 60, 60 from Cosmos, 65 from Warlords. Can I get a 70? 70, 70, 70 from Cosmos. Can I get a 75? Can I get a 75? 75 Warlords. 75. Can I get a 75? Can I get a 80 from Cosmos? The player is currently with Warlords for 75. 75. Can I get a Killer Whales? Are you interested? 80. 80. 85. 85. Warlords. The player is with Waterloo Warlords for 85. Can I get a 90? Can I get a 90 from Killer Whales or the Cosmos? Some serious discussions in both the camps. I have been asked to wait by Cosmos. The player is currently with 85 for Warlords. 85. 85. Can I get a 90? Can I get a 90 for Ashish Topal, right hand opening batsman and a wicket keeper? Can I get a 90? Can I get a 90? Can I get a 90 for Ashish Topal? Currently the player is with Waterloo Warlords for 85. Can I get a 90? Can I get a 90 from Killer Whales by any chance? 90. Currently the player is with Waterloo Warlords for 85. I don't see any bit. 90. 90 with Killer Whales. 90 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 95? Can I get a 95 from Warlords? 95. Can I get a 90 once? 90 twice? I've been asked to wait by Cosmos. Currently the player is with 90 with Kitchener Killer Whales. Can I get a 95? Can I get a 95 for Ashish Topal? Can I get a 95? Can I get a 90? I've been asked to wait by Waterloo Warlords as well. Some serious discussions. Ashish Topal, right-handed opening batsman and a wicket keeper. Currently the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for 90. 90. Can I get a 95? Some serious discussions. I have been asked to wait. Warlords, I'm waiting for you. Still some discussions. Currently the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for 90. 90. Can I get a 95 from Cosmos? Can I get a 95 from Warlords? 90. 95. 90. 95. 95 Warlords. 100. 100 Killer Whales. The player is with 100 for Killer Whales. Ashish Topal. Can I get a 100? 110. Can I get a 110? Warlords. 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 Can I get a 110 for Ashish? Can I get a 110? Can I get a 110? 110. 110 with Warlords. 110. Can I get a 120 from Killer Whales? 110 once. 110 twice. I've been asked to wait. 120. 120. 120 with Killer Whales. 120 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 130? Can I get a 130 from Warlords? Ashish Topal, right-handed batsman and a wicket keeper, currently playing for KW Rockers. Can I get a 120, 130 from Warlords? Currently the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for 120. 120. 120 once. I've been asked to wait by Waterloo Warlords. Waterloo Warlords, 120. The player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for 120. Can I get a 130? 130 for Ashish Topal. I have been asked to wait and some discussions. Camp for Ashish Topal. 130. Can I go at a 130? 131. 121. Twice. Sold. The next player in the list, Parth A. Patel, right-handed wicket-keeper batsman, currently playing for Canadian champions, 12 matches, 220 runs, 22 average. I am asking for a base price for 40. Can I get a 40? 40 from 40. 40 from Warlords. 45 from Killer Whales. 50. Can I get a 50? 55. 55. 55 with Killer Whales. 55. 55. 60. 60 with Warlords. 60 with Warlords. Can I get a 65? 65. 65 with Killer Whales. 65. 65 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 70? 70. 70 Waterloo Warlords. 70. Can I get a 75? Can I get a 75 for Parth Patel, right hand opening batsman and wicket keeper? 70. Can I get a 75? 70. Currently the player is with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 75? Can I get a 75? 70 once, 70 twice. Get 75, 75, 80, 80 with Warlords, 80, 85 with Cosmos, 90, 90 with Warlords, 90, 90 with Warlords, 90. Can I get a 95? Can I get a 95? Some tactical discussions going, some smart moves. 90. Can I get a 95? 95 Cosmos. 95 Cosmos. 100. 100 with Warlords. Can I get a 110? 110. 120. 120 with Warlords. Can I get a 130? Can I get a 130? I have been asked to wait. I have been asked to wait. 120. Waterloo Warlords. Parth Patel. Right hand opening batsman and a wicket keeper. I have been asked to wait by Cosmos. It's 120. The player is with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 130? 120? 120 once. I have been asked to wait. I have been asked to wait. Can I get a 130? Can I get a 130? Some serious discussions. Parth A. Patel, right hand wicketkeeper batsman. Can I get a 130 from Cosmos? Can I get a 130? Can I get a 130? 120. Currently, it's with Waterloo Warlords. 120. 120 once. 120. I've been asked to wait. 120, 130, 130, 140, 140 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 150? Can I get a 150? He deserves more. 140, 140 once, 120, 140 twice. Last time Cosmos, are you interested? Cosmos, I have been asked to wait. 140, 140. Can I get a 150 from Cosmos? Can I get a 150? Can I get 150? 140. The player is currently with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 150? Can I get a 150? 150 from Cosmos. I have been asked to wait. I have been asked to wait. 150. Currently, the player is with Waterloo Warlords for 140. Right-handed opening batsman. 150. I got a bid from 150 from Cosmos. Can I get a 160 from Warlords? 150 once. I've been asked to wait from Warlords. Currently, the player is with Cambridge Cosmos for $150. Can I get a 160? Some serious discussions. Is anyway Killer Whales want to join the party? They said no. Can I get a 160? Can I get a 160 from Warlords? 160. 160 with Waterloo Warlords. 160. 160 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 170? Can I get a 170? 160 once. 160 twice. And sold for 160. Parth Patel for 160 to Cambridge Cosmos. That's the highest bid till now. The next batsman, Nitish Milu, left-handed batsman and left-arm spinner. 12 matches, 200 runs, average of 20, 150. The base price I'm asking is $40. 40. 40. Can I get a base price? First bid for 40 for Nitish Milu. Can I get a 40? 40. Can I get a 40? 40. 40. Kishner Killer Whales 40. 40. I got a first bid from Killer Whales for 40. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45 from any other team? 45. 41. 45. Cambridge Cosmos 45. Can I get a 50 from Killer Whales? Can I get a 50? 50 from Killer Whales. Can I get a 55? 55. Can I get a 60? 60. 60. Can I get a 60? Can I get a 65? 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 65 for Nitish. Can I get a 65? 65, 65, 65. Currently, the player is with Cambridge Cosmos for 65. Nitish Milu, left-handed batsman and a left-arm spinner, currently playing for Raja CC. Currently, the bid is with Cambridge Cosmos for 65. Can I get a 70? 70. 70 with Kishner Killer Whales. Can I get a 75? Can I get a 75 from Cambridge Cosmos? 75. 75 with Cambridge Cosmos. 75 with Cambridge Cosmos. Once 80. 80. 80 with Kishner Killer Whales. Can I get 85? Can I get 85? Can I get 85 from Cambridge Cosmos? Cambridge Cosmos. 80. 80 once, twice, and sold. Kishner Killer Whales. Nitish Milu 80. The next in the list, Maulik Patel, right-hand batsman and right-arm medium. 13 matches, 200 runs, an average of 20. Can I get a base price 40? I'm asking for 40 for Maulik, 40 from Cosmos. I got a first bid from Cosmos for 40. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 45? 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 Can I get a 45 for Maulik Patel, right hand middle order batsman and a right arm medium? Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45? Currently the bid is with Cambridge Cosmos for 40. 40 once, 40 twice, and sold. The next player in the list is Libin. Libin is a right-handed batsman and right-arm leg spinner, currently playing for KW Rockers. 10 matches, 190 runs with an average of 25 and a strike rate of 142. Can I get a base price of 40 for Libin? 40, Waterloo Warlords 40. Can I get a 45? 45 Cosmos, 50 Killer Whales, 50 Killer Whales, 55 Cosmos, 55 Cosmos, 60 Warlords. Can I get a 65? Can I get a 65? Currently the player is with Waterloo Warlords for 60. Can I get a 65? Cosmos, Killer Whales. Can I get a 65? 65 from Killer Whales. Can I get a 70? Can I get a 70? 70 from Cosmos. 70 from Cosmos. Can I get a 75? Can I get a 75 from Killer Whales? 75 from Warlords. 75 from Warlords. Can I get an 80? Can I get an 80? Currently the player is with Waterloo Warlords 75. 80. 80 Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get 85? Can I get 85 for Libin? He's a good leg spinner and a right hand batsman. Can I get a 85? Can I get a 85 for Libin? Currently the player is with Cambridge Cosmos. 85. 85. Waterloo Warlords. It's 85. Can I get a 90? Can I get a 90 Cosmos? Can I get a 90? Can I get a 90? I have been asked to wait. 90 Killer Whales. Can I get a bid from you? I need a bid of 90. Can I get a 90 anywhere? Once, twice, 90. I get Killer Whales 90. Can I get a 95? Can I get a 95 for a Libin? Right hand middle order batsman and a good leg spinner. Can I get a 95? 90 once, 90 twice. I have been asked to wait, sorry. 90. 90 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 95? Can I get a 95? Some serious discussions in Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 95? Can I get a 95? Can I get a 95 for Libin? 95, 95, 95 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 100? Can I get a 100? Can I get a 100 for Libin? 95 once, 95 twice, and sold. 95 Libin Koshi to Kitchener Killer Whales. The next player in the list is Yogin Rawal, right-hand wicket-keeper batsman, currently with Kitchener Wolves. 6 matches, 190 runs with an average of 37 and 250s. Can I get a base price of 40? Can I get a base price of 40 for Yogin? Middle order batsman and a specialist wicket-keeper. One of the finest in the tournament. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 for Yogin? Cambridge Cosmos 40. Killer Whales 40. I don't see any bit coming. Yeah, Cosmos. I got a 40. I got a 40 for Yogin from Cosmos. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45? 45. 40 once. Can I get a 45 anywhere? 40 twice. Last call 40. Player Yogin Rawal and sold. Cambridge Cosmos Yogin sold. 40. The next player in the list is Tanai, currently with Gujarat Super Kings, right-handed batsman, 12 matches, 180 runs with an average of 20. I'm asking a base price of 40. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 for Tanai? Can I get a 40 from the Tanai in the room? Anywhere? Killer Whales, Cosmos, Warlords. I don't see anybody raising their hands. Tanai, 40, last call. Unsold. I've been asked to wait. I have been asked to wait at the last moment by Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a bid from them for Tanai? 40. Can I get a 40 from Cosmos? Can I get a 40? 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 Can I get a 40 from Cosmos for Tanai? I've been asked to wait in some serious discussions from Cambridge Cosmos. Is any other team interested? Cambridge Cosmos, 40 and unsold. The next one in the list, Himanshu Abrol, right-handed batsman, 8 matches, 170 runs, currently with Raja CC with an average of 25. I am asking a base price of 40. 40 for Himanshu anywhere in the room. 40, Killer Whales, 40, Cosmos, 40, Warlords. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? 40, 40 Himanshu for Cosmos, 45 from Killer Whales, 45 for Killer Whales. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50 for Himanshu? Right hand opening batsman currently with Raja CC. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45 from Cambridge Cosmos? Sorry, can I get a 50? 50. 50 with Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 55? 55 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55? 55 with them. 55 with them. 60. Can I get a 60? Can I get a 60 for Himanshu? 60. 65. 65 with Killer Whales. 65 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 65? Can I get a 70? Can I get a 70? 65 with Killer Whales. Can I get a 70? 65 once. 65 twice. I have been asked to wait. 65. Currently, the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales. Right hand opening batsman. Can I get a 65? Can I get a 65? Can I get a 70? Currently, the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for 65. Once, twice. Anybody in the room? And sold for 65 to Kitchener Killer Whales. Himanshu. The next player in the list, we are left with 3 batsmen only. Shiva Sharma, right-hand batsman, 9 matches, 160 runs with an average of 22. I'm asking a base price of 40. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 for Shiva? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 for Shiva anywhere in the room? Anyone in the room? 40. Can I get a 40? I don't see anybody raising their hand. 40. I got a bid from Waterloo Warlords for 40. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45 from anywhere? Can I get a 45? 45 Shiva. 50. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50? 50 from Warlords. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 from Kitchener Killer Whales? Can I get a 55? 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 50 once, 50 twice. I don't see anybody raising their hands. And sold to Waterloo Warlords for 50. For 50. Shiva Sharma. The next player in the list is Daljit Mangat. Daljit, 10 matches, 160 runs with an average of 23. Can I get a base price of 40? I got a base price of 40 from Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45 from anyone in the room? 45. Can I get a 45? 40 once, 40 twice, 45 from Cosmos. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50 from Warlords? 50. 50 with Warlords. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55? 50. Yeah, 50 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 55? I've been asked to wait from Cambridge Cosmos. Currently, the player is with Waterloo Warlords, right hand middle order batsman. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 from Cambridge Cosmos? Currently, the player is with Waterloo Warlords for 50. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 from Cambridge Cosmos? 50 once, 50 twice. I don't see nobody raising, and sold for Waterloo Warlords for 50. Daljit. The last person in the list, Rakesh. Rakesh Reddy, right hand batsman and a right arm medium pace bowler. 7 matches, 160 runs with an average of 28, 150 and 0 hundreds. I am asking for 40. I am asking for 40. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 for Rakesh? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? 40 from Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45 from anyone in the room? Currently, the player is with Cambridge Cosmos for 40. Can I get a 45? 45. 40 once. 40 twice. 45. 45. I got a bid. 45. 45. 45. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50 from Cambridge Cosmos? Can I get a 50? 45 once. 45 twice. And I've been asked to wait. I've been asked to wait. 45. The player is with Kitchener Killer Whales. 45. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50? Waterloo Warlords are showing interest now. Yes, the last batsman in the list. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50 from anywhere in the room? I have been asked to wait by Cosmos. Currently, the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for 45. 50. 50. 50. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 from somewhere in the room? 50 once. 50 twice. Is anybody interested? Last call. Sold. 50 for Cambridge Cosmos, Rakesh Reddy. We are finished with the batting list. We will start the bowling list in 2 minutes.
So, as of the end of batsman slot, Cambridge Cosmos is with 8 players and $580 left in the purse. The Kitchener Killer Whales have 10 players with $395 left in the purse. And the Waterloo Warlords have 9 players with $350 left in the purse. Now we move on to the bowlers.
The first one in the list, bowlers, Pawan. Can I get a base price of 20 for Pawan? 14 matches, 28 wickets with an average of 12 and 4 3-fers in the tournament last year. Can I get a base price of 20? 20 for Pawan. Anyone in the room? Can I get a 20? Can I get a 20 from Pawan? I don't see anybody raising their hands. Good opening bowler and the captain of Royal Lions. Can I get a base price of 20 for Pawan? 20. I see nobody raising their arms and unsold. Next player in the list, Karthik KS. Right arm medium pace bowler. 15 matches, 23 wickets with an average of 14 and a 4 3 with a great economy of 5 in T20 cricket. I am asking for a base price of 20. Can I get a 20 from anyone in the room? Can I get a 20? 20. Cambridge Cosmos 20. 25 killer whales. Can I get a 30? Can I get a 30? 30. 30. 35. 35. 40. 40. 45. 50. 50. 55 killer whales. 60 Cosmos. 60 with Cosmos. Can I get a 65? Can I get a 65 for Cosmos? 65, 65, 65 with killer whale, 70 with Cosmos, 70 with Cosmos, 70 with Cosmos. I have been asked to wait. 70 with Cambridge Cosmos for Karthik KS. Exceptional right arm fast bowler. Can I get a 75? Can I get a 75? Currently the player is with Cambridge Cosmos. 75 killer whales, 80 Cosmos. 85 killer whales, 90 Cosmos. Can I get a 95? 95 with killer whales. Can I get a 100? Can I get a 100 from Cosmos? Can I get a 100 from Cosmos? Currently, the player is with $95 with Kitchener killer whales once. I've been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. 100. Can I get a 100 from the room? Anybody in the room? 100. Can I get a 100? Currently, the player is with Killer Whales. Killer Whales 95. Currently, the player is with Kakatiyas from last 4 years. Exceptional fast bowler. Can I get a 95? 100. 100. 110. 110 from Killer Whales. Can I get a 120? Can I get a 120? Can I get a 120 from the room? Anybody in the room? Can I get a 120? Can I get a 120? The player is with 110. The player is with 110. 110. Can I get a 120 from anyone in the room? 120. Can I get a 120? 110. The player is with Kitchener Killalware once, twice, and I've been asked to wait from Cosmos. I've been asked to wait. I've been asked to wait. I've been asked and sold for $110. 110. 110 Karthik KS to Kitchener Killer Whales. Can I get the next player in the list? Bowlers. Aditya K, 12 matches, 20 wickets with an average of 12 and 3 fours are 3. Base price 20. I'm asking for 20. Can I get a 20 from anyone in the room? I don't see nobody showing interest. Can I get a 20? Can I get a 20? Last call 20. Unsold. The next one is Shashank Balla, right arm medium pace bowler. 9 matches, 17 wickets. I am asking for 20. Can I get a 20? Can I get a 20? Can I get a 20? I don't see nobody showing interest. Unsold. Next player in the list. Kalpanoza. Can I get a 20? 7 matches, 15 wickets with an average of 7. Can I get a 20? Can I get a 20 from anyone in the room? 20, 20, 20 with Warlords, 25 with Cosmos, 25 with Cosmos. Can I get a 30? 30 Warlords, 35 Cosmos. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 for Kalpanoza? Currently, the player is with Cosmos for 40. Can I get a 45 from Warlords? Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45? 45 with Warlords. 45 with Warlords. 50. 50 with Cosmos. 50 with Cosmos. 50 with Cosmos. 50 with Cosmos. Can I get a 55 from Warlords? Can I get a 55? 55 with Warlords. Can I get a 60? 60 with Cosmos. 60 with Cosmos. Can I get a 65 from Warlords? 65. 65 from Warlords. Can I get a 65? 60. 65 Warlords. 65 Warlords. Can I get a 70? 65 once. I have been asked to wait. I have been asked to wait. 65. Can I get a 65? 65 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 70? Can I get a 70? Cosmos. I've been asked to wait. I've been asked to wait. Currently, the player is with 65 with Warlords, Waterloo Warlords. 70. Can I get a 70? There are some discussions going on. Currently, the player is with $65 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 70? 70 from anyone in the room. I've been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. I'm still waiting, and there are discussions. 7 matches, 15 wickets. He's also an opening batsman. I've been asked to wait by Cosmos. 70, 75 Warlords. 75 once, 75 twice, and last call, sold. 75 Kalpanoza to Waterloo Warlords. The next one in the list, Arsh Pirani, right arm batsman and a right arm half spinner. 9 matches, 15 wickets with an economy of 6. I'm asking for base price of 20. I got a 20 from Cosmos, 25 from Killer Whales, 25 from Killer Whales. Can I get a 30? 30 from Cosmos, 35 from Killer Whales. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? 40. Killer Whales, 40. 40. 45. 45 with Warlords. Can I get a 50 from Cosmos? Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50? 45, the player is with Waterloo Warlords. 50. 50 with Cosmos. 50 with Cosmos. The player is with Cambridge Cosmos for 50. Can I get a 55? Good off spinner and a middle order batsman. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 60? Can I get a 60? Can I get a 60 from the room? Anybody? 60 once, 60. I got a 60 from Cosmos. Can I get a 65? Can I get a 65? 60 once, 60 twice. Last call. It's with Cambridge Cosmos for 60. Can I get a 65? Sold. Arsh Pirani 60 for Cambridge Cosmos. Next, Yogesh Sharma, 14 matches, 15 wickets with an average of 22. I am asking for 20. Can I get a 20? Anybody in the room? 20. I don't see anybody showing interest. Can I get a 20? 20, anybody? Nobody? Sold. Unsold. My bad. Unsold. Abhilash. Next person in the list, Abhilash. 10 matches, 15 wickets. I'm asking for a base price of 20. Can I get a 20 from the room? Anybody? 20. Nobody? Last call. 20. Abhilash. Unsold. Abhishek. The next one in the list, Abhishek Sachdeva. 13 matches, 15 wickets. 2 3-fers. I'm asking for a base price of 20. Can I get a 20? 20. Anybody in the room? 20. I see nobody showing interest. Last call, Abhishek, unsold. Next one in the list, Anudeep Kumar, 8 matches, 14 wickets, currently with Rampage Rebels. I'm asking a base price of 20. Can I get a 20? 20. 20. Can I get a 20? 20. Anybody in the room? 20. 20. I don't see nobody. Last call 20. I got 20 from Anudeep. 20. 20. Can I get a 20? Can I get a 25? 25. 25. 20 once. 20 twice. I've been asked to wait. 20 and sold for Kitchener Killer Whales. Let's continue the list. Allied bowlers: Rahul Verma, 10 matches, 21 wickets, captain of Kitchener Raptors. I'm asking for a base price of 30. Can I get a 30 for Rahul Verma? 30. I've been asked to wait. I've been asked to wait by Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 30 from anybody in the room? I've been asked to wait for Waterloo Warlords. 30. 30. Can I get a 30? 30. I've been asked to wait. I've been asked to wait by Waterloo Warlords. 30. I'm asking for a base price of 30. 30 Waterloo Warlords, 30. I got a bid from Waterloo Warlords for 30. 30, 35. 35 from Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 from Warlords? Currently the player is with Cambridge Cosmos for 35. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 from Warlords? 35 once, 35 twice. Last call for the player. Sold. 35 Cambridge Cosmos. The next player in the list, Gagan. Right arm medium pace bowler, 15 matches, 19 wickets with an economy of 5. I'm asking for a base price of 30. 30 Cambridge Cosmos, 30. Can I get a 35? Can I get a 35? 35 from anyone in the list? Anyone in the room? 35. Currently the player is with Cambridge Cosmos for 30. Can I get a 35? 30 once, 30 twice. Last call, anybody? And sold. 30 for Cambridge Cosmos. The next player in the list is Harpreet Sidhu, right arm medium pace bowler, currently with Kitchener Kings. 10 matches, 18 wickets with an average of 12. I am asking for the base price of 30. Can I get a 30 from anybody in the room? 30, Killer Whales 30, Cosmos, Warlords 30. I don't see nobody raising their arms. Last call and unsold. Next one in the list, Subhash Bettina, right arm medium, currently with Ducksters. 10 matches, 17 wickets with an average of 11 and an economy of 6. I am asking for a base price of 30. Can I get a 30? Anyone in the room? Can I get a 30? 30 for Subhash Bettina. I see nobody raising their arms. Last call for Subhash Bettina and unsold. Yash Dave. The next one in the list is Yash Dave, right arm medium, 11 matches, 17 wickets with an average of 15 and economy of 6. I am asking for a base price of 30. Can I get a 30? 30, anyone in the room? 30. I see nobody raising their arms again. 30. Can I get a 30? Nobody. Last call and unsold. The next person in the list of bowlers, Mohammad Saqib, currently with Laurier Hawks, right arm medium pace bowler and a batsman. 11 matches, 16 wickets, average of 15, 3 first 2. I'm asking for a base price of 30. Cambridge Cosmos 30. 30. 30. Cambridge Cosmos 30. 30. Can I get a 35? Can I get a 35? Anyone in the room? 35, 30, 35, 35 Warlords. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? 35 with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 40? 40 for Mohammad Saqib. Can I get a 40? 35 once. I've been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. 35. Currently, the bid is with Waterloo Warlords. I'm asking for 40. I'm asking for 40. Mohammad Saqib. Twice. And sold. Saqib to 35 for Waterloo Warlords. 35. I asked for 40. Sold. 35. The next one in the list, Subhani Sheikh, right arm spin and a middle order batsman. 14 matches, 16 wickets with an average of 20 and 2 3-fers. I am asking for a base price of 30. Can I get a 30? Anybody in the room? 30. Can I get a 30? Can I get a 30? 30 base price 30. Nobody. Nobody. I don't see anybody raising their arm and unsold. The next one in the list, the bowlers, allied department. We are left with last 15. Prashant, right arm medium pace bowler, currently with Victoria. 13 matches, 15 wickets with an average of 15 and an economy of 4. T20 cricket with an economy of 4, base price 30. I'm asking for 30. Waterloo Warlords. The bid is with Waterloo Warlords for 30. Prashant 30. Can I get a 35? Somebody in the room. Cosmos 35. 30. The bid is with Waterloo Warlords. Can I get a 35? Can I get a 35? I've been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. Currently, the player is with Waterloo Warlords for 30. I'm asking for 35. 35, 30 once, 30 twice. Last call, anybody? And sold. Prashant, Waterloo Warlords 30. Next one in this, Rohit, right arm medium pace bowler, currently with Satavahana, 10 matches, 14 wickets with an economy of 6. I'm asking for a base price of 30. Can I get a 30? 30, anybody in the room? I don't see no one raising their arms. 30, 30. Last call for Rohit and unsold. Ankur Javeri, currently with KW Rockers, right arm spin, 9 matches, 14 wickets with an economy of 7. I am asking for 30. 30. Anybody in the room? 30. I am asking for 30. Nobody? I don't see nobody raising their arms. 30. Last call for Ankur Javeri. I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos for 30. I'm asking for the initial base price bid of 30. Ankur Javeri, right arm leg spin and a middle order batsman, currently playing for KW Rockers. 30. I'm asking for 30. I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 30? 30. Anybody in the room? 30. I have been asked to wait. 30. Some discussions going in Cambridge Cosmos. And I would love to remind all the viewers as well that we need to buy a minimum of 15 players and we are left with last 12 in the auction list. Cosmos, we are waiting for you. Last call, unsold. Next one in the list, Ricky Patel, left arm fast, 11 matches, 21 wickets with an average of 10 and an economy of 6. Left arm fast bowler. I am asking for a base price of 40. 40. I got a base price of 40 from Warlords. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45 from anybody in the room? 40 with Warlords. 40 with Warlords once. 45 with Cosmos. 50 with Warlords. 50 with Warlords. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 with Warlords? 55. 55 with Cosmos. Can I get a 60? Can I get a 60 from Warlords? Can I get a 60 from Warlords? Currently, the player is with Cosmos for 55. 55 Cosmos once. 55 Cosmos twice. Last call in the room. Anybody? Kishner Killer Whales with 60. Can I get a 65? 65. 60, 70. 70. Can I get a 75? Can I get a 75 from Cosmos? 75 from Cosmos. Can I get a? I have been asked to wait by Cosmos. Currently, the player is with 65. 70 with Kishner Killer Whales. Can I get a 75 from Cosmos? Yeah. Can I get a 75 from Cosmos? Currently, the player is with Kitchener Killer Whales for 70. Once, twice, the last 75. I got a 75 from Cosmos. I got a 75 from Cosmos once, twice. The last call in the room for Ricky Patel and sold to 75. Next one in the list, Kush Patel, right arm leg spinner, 9 matches, 19 wickets with an average of 8 and an economy of 5. I'm asking for a base price 40. I'm asking for a base price of 40. Anybody in the room? A good right arm leg spinner. Currently playing for Canadian champions. I'm asking for a base price of 40. Can I get a 40? I see nobody raising their arms. 40. Last call 40. I've been asked to wait by Cosmos. I've been asked to wait by Cosmos. I've been asked to wait by the Cosmos. I'm asking for a base price of 40. Last call in the room 40. Cosmos 40. I got a bid from Cosmos for 40. 40. Can I get a 45? Anybody in the room? 45. 40 once. 40 twice. Last call and sold for 40. Kush Patel. 40 for Kush Patel to Cambridge Cosmos. The next one in the list, Vraj Patel, currently with Gujarat Super Kings, left arm spinner, 11 matches, 17 wickets with an economy of 6. I'm asking for a base price of 40. Can I get a 40 for Vraj Patel? Anybody in the room? 40. I don't see nobody raising their hands. 40. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? Vraj Patel. I'm asking for a base price of 40. I don't see nobody raising their arms. Unsold. Next one in the list, Siddharth Singh, right arm spin, currently with Sunrisers, 11 matches, 16 wickets, with an economy of 6. I'm asking for 40. I got a 40 from Cosmos. Can I get a 45? Anybody in the room? 45 from Warlords. 45 from Warlords. Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50 from Cosmos? 45 with Warlords once. 45 with Warlords twice. Last call for Siddharth and 45 sold. Next one in the list. Ramesh, currently with Victoria, right arm medium, 9 matches, 15 wickets, with an average of 11 and an economy of 6. I am asking for 40. Base price of 40. Can I get a 40 for Ramesh? Anybody in the room? 40. I don't see nobody raising their arms. 40. 40 for Ramesh with Victoria, currently. Can I get a bid? No. Last call, unsold. Aniket Rahul, the next one in the list, right arm medium pace bowler and a left hand batsman, currently with Kitchener Wolves. 8 matches, 15 wickets with an average of 11 and an economy of 6. I am asking for a base price of 40. Can I get a 40? Anybody in the room? 40. Can I get a 40? I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? 40 for Aniket Rahul, left-handed batsman and a right-handed bowler. Can I get a 40? 40. Anybody in the room? 40. Can I get a 40? Last call for. We have been asked to wait from Aniket Rahul by Cambridge Cosmos. 40. 40. Aniket Rahul, 8 matches, 15 wickets, with 3 3-fers in the last season. Is a left-handed batsman and a right-handed bowler. I'm asking for a base price of 40 for Aniket. 40. Can I get a base price of 40? I have been asked to wait by Cambridge Cosmos. Last call, Cambridge Cosmos. Still they are asked me to wait. Waiting for Aniket Rawal for the base price of 40. 40. I got a bid for Aniket Rawal from Cambridge Cosmos for 40. 40 once, 40 twice, and sold. Aniket Rawal. Sadaf Hussain. Next person in the list is Sadaf Hussain. 8 matches, 14 wickets, average of 8 and an economy of 5. Can I get a 40? 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 Minimum of 15 players and there is no cap of the maximum. Minimum of 15 players is the must required. Can I get a 40 for Sadaf? Sadaf, I got a bid for Warlords 40. Can I get a 45? Can I get a 45? 45 for Sadaf with Kitchener Killer Whales. Can I get a 50 Warlords? Can I get a 50? Can I get a 50 Warlords? Can I get a 50? 50. Currently it's with 45 once. 50. Warlords 50. Can I get a 55 from Killer Whales? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 from Warlords? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 Warlords? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 from Kitchener Whales? 60 from Warlords. Can I get a 65? Can I get a 65? 65, 70, 75, 80. Can I get a 80? 80. Can I get a 85? 80, 80 once, 80 twice. Can I get a last call for Sadaf for 85 with Warlords? I have been asked to wait. 85 with Kitchener Killer Whales. Killer Whales 85. Killer Whales 85. Killer Whales I have Warlords 90. Warlords 90. Can I get a 95? 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 I have been asked to wait by Kitchener Killer Whales. Kitchener Killer 95. 90 currently. The player is with Waterloo Warlords. Sadaf Hussain. I am waiting for Killer Whales. Last call. 95. 100. I got 100 from Warlords. I got 100 from Warlords. Can I get a 110? 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 Can I get a 110 for Sadaf Hussain for right arm, left hand? 100 once, 100 twice. Last call. Sold to Waterloo Warlords for 100.
You are 15 done. Your pulse is done. Your pulse 65.
The last player, no, there is one more player. Last three players in the list. The next player in the list is Yogi Barot, left arm spin. Left arm spin, Yogi Barot. Currently with Gujarat Super Kings, 11 matches, 14 wickets with an economy of 6. I'm asking for 40. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 for Yogi Barot? Anybody in the room 40? No one. I see no one. Last call for Yogi. Last call, Yogi. Unsold. Next one in the list, Deepansh M. Left arm spin. 10 matches, 14 wickets, 134 with an economy of 5. I am asking for a base price of 40. 40. Can I get a 40? 40 for Deepansh. 40. Left arm spinner 40. Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40 for Deepansh? I don't see nobody raising their hand. 40 Cosmos. 45 Warlords. Can I get a 50? 50 Cosmos. 50 Cosmos. Can I get a 55? 55. 60. 65. 65. 70. Can I get 75? 75, 75 with Cosmos, 75 with Cosmos, 80 with Killer Whales. Can I get 85? 85 with Cosmos, 85 with Cosmos. Can I get 90? 90 whales, 90 whales. Can I get a 95 from Cosmos? 95 Cosmos, 95 Cosmos. Can I get 100 whales? 100. Can I get a 110? Can I get a 110? 110, 110 Cosmos. Can I get a 120? 120 from Killer Whales. Can I get a 120? Can I get a 120 from Killer Whales? I've been asked to wait by Killer Whales. Currently, the bid is with Cambridge Cosmos for 110. I am asking for 120 from Killer Whales. I have been asked to wait. I have been asked to wait by Killer Whales. Cosmos, the bid is with Cosmos for 110. 110, 120 with Killer Whales. 120 with Killer Whales. 130, 130 with Cosmos. 130 with Cosmos. Can I get a 140? Can I get a 140? Can I get a 140 from Killer Whales? 140, 150. Can I get a 160? 160, 160, 170. I am asking for 170 Cosmos. I am asking for 170 Cosmos. Killer Whales 160 once. 170 Cosmos, 180, 180, 190. I'm asking for 190, 190 Cosmos. Can I get a 200? 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 Can I get a 200 from Killer Whales? Currently, the bid is with Cambridge Cosmos for $190. I'm asking for 200 from Killer Whales. 190, 190 once, 190 twice. 200, 200, 210 with Cosmos, 210 with Cosmos, 210 with Cosmos, 210 with Cosmos. Can I get a 220? 220, 220 with Killer Whales, 230, 230 with Cosmos, 230 with Cosmos. Can I get a 240? Can I get a 240? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? Can I get a 240? 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 240. The current bid is with Cambridge Cosmos for 230. I am asking for 240. Cosmos once. Cambridge Cosmos Deepansh. 230 once. 230 twice. 240. 240. Can I get a 240? 250. I need 250. I need 250. 250. Can I get 250?
You got only 12.
250. Can I get a 250?
So with $20, they'll buy somebody unsold from Premier.
But $20, their budget is not $20.
240.
Which is the last bid?
240 with Kitchener Killer Whales.
So this is 250.
250. I am asking for 250. I am asking for 250. 250 with Cambridge Cosmos. Cambridge Cosmos 250. 250 once. I am asking 250 twice. Last call. Deepansh for a whooping price of $250. Highest till now. Sold to Cambridge Cosmos. The next one in the list, Mrinal, 10 matches, 12 wickets with an average of 20, economy of 6. I'm asking for a base price of 40. I'm asking for 40. I'm asking for 40. I'm asking for 40. 40. I got a base price for 40 from Warlords. Warlords. Warlords 45 here. 45, 50. 50 with Cosmos. 50 with Cosmos. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 Warlords? 55 Warlords. 55. 55. Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55? Can I get a 55 Warlords? Warlords 55. 55 with Warlords. Can I get a 60 Killer Whales? 60. 60 with Killer Whales. 65. 65. 65. Can I get a 70? Can I get a 70? 70 with Cosmos. Killer Whales. One. Twice. Sold. 70. Ronald for Kitchener Killer Whales. We are all.
Bid for player.
We,
We need
చెప్పే
ఏమని థ్యాంక్స్
అన్మ్యూట్ ఉంది చెప్పు థ్యాంక్ యూ ఎవ్రీబడి ఫర్ జాయినింగ్ us.
Thank you everybody for joining us.
It was a fantastic auction. Thank you everybody for staying tuned. I hope all the players who get selected have a great SPL season. We will see you all shortly. Thank you.